Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. Today starts a new, oh gosh, hold on one second. Today starts a lot of new things. I have a new microphone, I have a new recording software, and it's a new month. So bear with me here. I cannot talk and watch the audio record at the same time, and it's very distracting. So, welcome to April. This month we're going to be talking about consultations and more specifically the consultation process, workflow, how to structure your consultations, how to give things away for free that's enticing but not disrespectful to your business, okay? And then at the end of the month, I hope to have some questions from you so I can answer have a little Q&A episode for the end of the month. But today we are going to be talking about optimizing your workflow from when you get the lead to the consultation. So this is what information do you need to give in order to get the lead? What information do you need to give them to entice them to book the consultation with you? We're not going to go into the consultation itself this week. That's coming up, but we're going to talk about everything leading up to the consultation. So in the beginning of my business, baby wedding planner, I wanted as many consultations as possible, as many leads as possible, right? So I made the process very easy. They give me their name, their email, they can book a call. Well, and keep in mind, this was pre-COVID, so I was meeting all these consultations in person. It would take 15 minutes to sometimes 45 minutes to get to the appointment where we were meeting. It would take an hour for the consultation, and then it would take 15 to 45 minutes to get home. So that is potentially 3 hours out of my day or my evening to talk to people and convince them that they want to hire me, okay? A lot of people ghosted me. I drove 15 to 45 minutes to the appointment. I sat there for 30 minutes. They didn't show up. I drove back home. I was out that time and I had no benefit for it, right? So I started introducing some friction into the process, and it has worked very, very well. Even before COVID, it worked really well to kind of curb those no-shows. Once the pandemic hit and most things went to online meetings anyway, it has cut down even more. I might get, one every quarter or something that doesn't show up for whatever reason. And I just know those aren't my people, because my people would never do that to me. My people value my time just as much as I do. So the friction I started introducing into the process, we'll get there. I will put an asterisk by those steps, and I'll call them out as we get there. But I kind of want to go through the process sequentially. So, automating the process is really important so that you don't miss something, so that you don't get busy and it's 3 days and you haven't followed up yet. We want automated processes so that potential clients can get the information that they need. Now, I use HoneyBook for this process. HoneyBook has added features like automatic scheduling, lots of things that's helpful and makes the process automated. So my leads can fill out the contact form and go all the way through booking their appointment and giving me the information that I need to prepare for the consultation, all without me interfering in that process or having to facilitate any of that. And that is lovely. It's lovely. I love seeing the emails that says so-and-so has inquired, and then so-and-so has filled out their questionnaire, and so-and-so has booked the appointment. And I haven't had to do anything. So the lead comes through the contact form, which is on my website, and a project is created inside of HoneyBook, and that automation workflow is triggered. Now, what is triggered is one, an initial email and a brochure. That email includes me saying, hey there, first name of potential client. I'm showing excitement to be part of the process. I can't wait to, hear about all your wedding plans and to meet you guys. I mention the brochure and what it includes. So I say, at the bottom of this email, you'll see a blue button that says, click here for more info. Here's what's included in that brochure. And then I have a link that says, if you don't know anything about me or my company, click here to learn about, me and my team. And then I remind them again, don't forget to look through the brochure that's linked below. In that brochure, I have lots of information, but it speaks specifically to what I believe about weddings and the types of clients that I want to work with. And this is specifically to make sure that we're a right fit. So, for example, if a client reaches out and they want a super traditional wedding at a church with, a dry reception and a garter toss and a bouquet toss and, just white flowers and no personality, they're going to see my brochure and say, oh, this girl might be too much for me because she likes tattoos and wildly colored hair and disco balls at weddings and live bands. And, I specifically say, I'm going to throw you one hell of a party. Like, if you're not my client, you're going to tell that you're not my client from that initial brochure. Now, I also outline our process. I talk about, the planning part. I talk about the design part, and I talk about the execution of the event. I don't get too specific, but I point out that there are very clear steps to our process. I have some testimonials from past clients. Again, these are clients that speak to the type of weddings that I want to plan and the type of people I want to work with. I have my services and I have pricing listed. I know that's the big question. Do we give out our pricing ahead of time? I think we have to. I think that qualifies your lead. It qualifies them to know that they can afford you, because I've been in situations where I don't know what something costs and I reach out and they tell me and I have sticker shock, and it's embarrassing to say, I'm sorry, I can't afford that. So I want to avoid that if at all possible. I have a section that's about me, how I got started in the wedding industry. And then I have a questionnaire. And this is one of those things that I will call out as the friction, some of the friction I've added to the process. It's a questionnaire to qualify the client further and get basic information. So I ask them about their demographics. I ask, I already have one of their emails because they filled out the contact form. But I ask for the name and the email of their fiance. Their event info. Do they have a venue booked? If not, what venues are they interested in? What is their budget? How many guests? And then I ask more about them as a couple to show that I'm interested in them as people and not just as a paycheck. I ask what their favorite date night is, what's unique to them as a couple, how long have they been together. Tell me, I just want to know a little background information. And I'll ask more about that in the consultation too. But it gives me a jumping off point and something to relate to them too. So if their favorite date night is going to a new restaurant, then we can geek out for a minute in the beginning of the consultation about their favorite restaurants and about how we're both foodies and love to try new things. And then I also ask them what their planning style is. I just want to get a sense of, do they expect me to plan everything? do they want to work in collaboration, which is what I prefer? Or do they want to plan everything and they just want my kind of consultation along the way? I ask them here, what time frame are you looking to hire a wedding planner? Is there anybody else helping you plan for the wedding? And also, is there anybody else helping you pay for the wedding? Because that is a talking point that I can bring up if they say their parents are paying for it. We can discuss during the consultation about how to best approach the fact that if parents want to pay for the wedding, maybe they think they can make decisions. And, I can counsel them about how to approach that. And then the last page after they fill out their questionnaire is a scheduler for them to book the consultation. So if they've gone through these 3 to 4 pages of questions and they've taken the time to provide answers to those, they're more than likely going to book the consultation. They're not going to have wasted that time. And I feel like they're more likely to attend the consultation because they've already invested time and effort into giving me those answers. And they also see that I'm interested in their event, in them as people, and hopefully we've started to build a connection already. And that's before we've even talked face to face. So, a couple of things. Now, if they fill out the questionnaire or the contact form and it's a date that I'm not available, I will send them an email. I'll respond and say, I'm so sorry. Me and my team are at another wedding that weekend. However, here are some wedding planners that I would trust to plan my own wedding. Please let me know if you want me to reach out and make the introduction. Or I can also offer, depending on, what we've got going on, I am already booked for a wedding that weekend, but I do have assistants that work with me and, I trust them to execute the event, so I can help you plan it. However, I wouldn't be there on the day of. Is that something you're comfortable with? I tell them that up front. If they have something unique for me to comment on, so if they've worked at one of my favorite venues or something like that, I will usually also reply and say, you got my automated reply with all the important information that you're looking, but I just wanted to say how excited I am at the potential of working at the Whiskey Factory again or the Masonic Temple again. I worked there in, May of whatever year. Here's a couple pictures from that event. I'm excited to work there again. So I will comment something that if there's something unique for me to comment on, I will do that. Okay, so let's say they got the brochure, but they did not book the appointment. Okay, they haven't filled out the questionnaire. They did not book the consultation. Right now I'm testing a new email sequence, so I will kind of report back and tell you how it's doing along the way. It seems to be working pretty well, but so what I'm currently doing is every 2 days over the following 2 weeks, I will send an email. The content differs in each email, and I'll go through that in a moment, but each one ends with a call to action, and that call to action is scheduling the consultation. So until they've scheduled that consultation, everything that I talk about is leading them to schedule it. That's the goal at this point. I do have these emails automated in HoneyBook, but they won't send without my approval. And that's probably my type A, but I don't want anything to go out by mistake that says, you haven't done this when I know that they have. So that's just my way to control that, is to have it automated, but send with approval. And I have as part of my startup routine every day to check tasks in HoneyBook so that I don't forget or miss any of those dates. So going forward, if the client has scheduled their consultation, I will change that call to action and just have a, can't wait to chat with you type ending. And until that consultation happens, I will continue to send these follow-up emails because I do want to stay top of mind to them. So the first follow-up email is a testimonial. The second one is a cute little, thing about how some of our previous couples have met. The third follow-up is a link to our Google reviews. And then the fourth follow-up is magic email. And I'm not sure who came up with this concept, but you can Google magic email. And it's basically an email saying, okay, I've followed up several times and you have not replied. So this is my last time reaching out. And of course, I say this in a nice way, but it basically says, this is my last time reaching out. I don't want to continue to bother you if you've booked another planner or you're not interested in my services any longer. So please feel free to reach out, but I am not going to be contacting you again. So these emails are actually from a training that I recently got from the Wedding Summit series, on the sales series. And it was a guy that works for The Knot, which I'm not a huge fan of The Knot, but I do like his follow-up sequence. Anyway, his sequence has follow-ups over 30 days. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm getting really distracted. His follow-up sequence is over 30 days, and I'm tempted to change my follow-up and kind of follow this because it's a little more involved. But he has emails talking about price and availability, giving them helpful tools that they can use to help plan whether they sign with you or not, a promotion email with a sense of urgency, a did you know type email about you or your business, an email with a helpful tip or another free tool that they can use, a review email of everything that has been sent previously, and then the last ditch kind of magic email that I'm not going to contact you again. Let me know if you're still interested type email. I kind of like that better than what I'm doing currently, but I just changed my email follow-up system and I kind of want to see how that works first, but I will check back in with you. I will check back in with you on this and let you know how it's going. So I think you're going to have to decide for yourself what you're willing to tolerate and work with as far as lack of response from clients, ghosting, how many times you have to follow up with them, etc. You're going to have to test and tweak, which is why I'm not changing my email to this new system quite yet, because I'm still testing how that's working. And as I tweak things, as any of us tweak things, we want to give it a nice solid, 2 to 4 weeks to see how it goes before we change something. Otherwise, we're not going to know what works and what doesn't. Okay, I feel like I was all over the place in this episode, but to summarize, lead comes in through the contact form on my website. They get an initial email with a brochure. The brochure includes a questionnaire and then a scheduler to book the consultation. If they don't schedule their consultation initially, I will follow up with an email series. Every email has a call to action at the end for them to book their consultation. If they did book the consultation, I will still send those follow-up emails. However, instead of the call to action, I will just have a can't wait to chat with you next Thursday or, whatever the date is. That's it. That's my process to get them from lead to consultation. Next week, we're going to talk all about the actual consultation itself. And don't forget to click the link in the show notes to send me your questions so I can answer them the end of April, the last Wednesday of April. Thank you guys so much for listening. I will talk to you next week. Before we end today's episode, I want to share a new challenge that I created to help you organize your email inbox and create streamlined email workflows so you spend less time in your inbox. If you're drowning in a sea of unread emails, or if you find yourself struggling to stay on top of client communications and project deadlines, fear not, because I can help. Join my 3-day email challenge designed specifically for wedding pros to stay on top of their client communication. In this challenge, I'll show you how to conquer your email inbox once and for all. I'll teach you the STAR processing system, a simple yet powerful method for managing your emails efficiently. Plus, I'll walk you through setting up a labeling system to organize your emails by project or client, and I'll share strategies for establishing daily email routines that keep you focused and productive. Imagine starting each day with a clear, clutter-free inbox and ending it feeling accomplished and in control. With the Mastering Your Email Inbox 3-Day Challenge, you'll learn how to achieve the elusive Inbox Zero every single day and reclaim your time for the things that truly matter. So, are you ready to take your first step toward email freedom? Sign up for the challenge today by visiting kristagraham.com/challenge. You'll receive daily emails packed with tips, strategies, and actionable steps to transform your inbox and supercharge your productivity. Don't let your email inbox hold you back from reaching your full potential in the wedding industry. Join the challenge and take control of your inbox and your business starting today.